Soul Tribe, back again with another message and reading. I'm Divina. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back, Divine Soul Tribers. I'm an intuitive energy reading empath. Energy's fluid, it flows. He could be a she could be a he, it could be you, the person you're connected to, past person, future person, friends, family members, co-workers, acquaintances. Take it as it resonates, Divine Soul Tribers. This is a general collective reading, so if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Right, that being said, let's get straight into it. So, excuse me, I've had a couple of channeled songs the last couple of days, and it's like a little bit, of a back and forth. Oh, just get my laptop. Yeah, it's like a little bit of a back and forth between you guys. Outstanding by Kenny Thomas. So that's obviously your person, like saying that they think you're outstanding. Then Sunday it was Shake It Off by Mariah Carey, because she's had enough. I want it. You don't want me when you had me, so I'm off. See you later, sunshine. And then then it was She Ain't You. I could have waited another day just to see what the reply was going to be. Well, they're at least attempting to be doing some healing as we speak. Right. So, Outstanding by Kenny Thomas. We'll just do a quick brief rundown on that, and then I'll get straight into the reading, because I'm going to use the Lover's Oracle. That's not even the bottom card. What is the truth? We're going to use the Romance Angels deck, and we're going to let the Love Situation Oracle deck, and then get straight into it. So, yes, they're intensely observing you, Divine Soul Tribers. 222's on the clock. Nice bit of confirmation. Also union numbers. Right, girl, you're looking sweeter now. You're looking finer every day. I wish that I could love you in a special way. You light my fire. I feel alive with you. You blow my mind. I'm satisfied. You're so outstanding. Girl, you knock me out. So excited. It makes me want to shout. Right. So, I feel so lucky to have you all alone. Be careful, Divine Soul Tribers. I don't know how many times I have to keep telling you this. I love the way you love me. Forever, I'm yours. Right? You blow my mind. I'm so alive with you. Right, and then it just goes into the chorus. Makes me want to shout. Da, 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 da. Written by Raymond James Calhoun. Somebody could be called Charles, otherwise I wouldn't have gone to say it. The album was released in 91, so that could be significant for somebody. Shake It Off by Mariah Carey, Divine Soul Tribers. So we'll quickly go through that, right? Because we've got one more. Chris Brown's She Ain't You, or He Ain't, it doesn't matter. Take it as it resonates. Right, so I've got to shake you off, because the loving ain't the same, and you keep on playing games like you know I'm here to stay. Just like the Carragon commercial, I really got to get up and go somewhere. Got to make that move. Find somebody who appreciates all the love I give. I've got to do what's best for me, and that means I've got to shake you off. Right? By the time you get this message, it's going to be too late, so don't bother paging me. Obviously, this is an old song. Try it. Don't bother paging me, because I'll be on my way. See, I grabbed all my diamonds and clothes. Just ask your mum if she knows. You're going to miss me. Hate to say I told you so. Well, at first I didn't know, but now it's clear to me. You would cheat with all your freaks and lie compulsively. So I packed up my Louis Vuitton, jumped in your ride and took off. You'll never ever find a girl who loves you more than me. Right, then she wants to shake it off. There's the chorus. And then I found, you see, this is the thing with these songs, right? That's why I read them now. I don't bother putting them on and getting distracted. I read them. I found out about a gang of your dirty little deeds with this one and that one by the pool, on the beach, in the streets. Heard y'all was, hold up, my phone's breaking up. I'm gonna hang up, call the machine right back, because I gotta get this off of my mind. You wasn't worth my time, so I'm leaving you behind. Yeah, because I need a real love in my life. Save this recording. Because I'm never coming back home. Baby, I'm gone. Bye-bye. Don't you know? She's like, yeah, you keep playing games like you know I'm here to stay. Chin, here to play no damn games. Right. And then we've got Chris Brown singing about She Ain't You, or he, it doesn't matter, take it as it resonates. Right? You make it hard for me to see somebody else. And I told you, whilst you guys have been separated, they've been trying to be with other people. Whether they've chosen, I told you this the other day, they might well have chosen somebody to be with over you, but they've not been loyal and faithful to that person, because they've been exploring their sexual freedom. Right? You make it hard for me to see somebody else. I'm calling her your name, and yeah, it's messed up. I told you that the other day. They probably call this person by your name by accident. Because I'm thinking about you. It's your fault. Don't narcissistic behavioural tendencies. Don't want to take accountability for their actions. It's your fault, babe. I never wanted us to break up. No, not this way. But you don't understand it, girl. When she touches me, I'm wishing that they were your hands. And when I'm with her, it's only about the sex. But with you, I had a bad romance. And if I could just trade her in, I would. Because nobody compares to you, Divine Soul Tribers. I've been telling you this. Right? I think I better let her go. I can't leave you alone. Every day that I'm with her, all I want is you. I want to leave, but I'm afraid that you don't feel the same. And now I realise that she ain't you. They knew that in the beginning. They did. But they thought that they could find your energy in someone else. They thought, oh, this is a bad deal. This person's going to let me do whatever I like and get away with it. And I don't have to be held accountable for my disgusting actions. Because, let's face it, they've been behaving in deplorable, disgusting ways, Divine Soul Tribers. Look, I've been sleeping out for quite some nights now, and it's not the same in my bed. But if she found out what's going on in my head, it'd be all bad. Have me right back, but you don't understand it, girl. She does. So this is what he's saying, right? Even though he's constantly thinking about the other person that he really wants to be with, this other person is still taking back regardless, knowing that they don't want to be with them. Both as bad as one another. Insecure, low self-esteem, and some serious abandonment issues. Separation anxiety as well, from what I'm picking up. But you don't understand it, girl. I think I better let her go. Yeah. Right. So that's just keeps repeating itself. This was written by Steve, Ryan, Jared, Kevin, and Craig, and Melanie B. It was released in 2011. So again, Divine Soul Tribers, take it as it resonates. Right. Look. So when I did a reading on Sunday about Shake It Off, it came out, you know, this is everybody, that's collective, not just in the romance sense, but obviously it does have some bearing on that. So for some of you, it is about, well, for all of you really, it's about shaking off the last little dusty bits of your training program, anything that's been holding you back into that level, tying you down, making you feel bound to 3D, because you're ascending to 5D plus now, right, Divine Soul Tribers? And you've got to let go of things that tie you into the 3D aspects of your life. Right, people, places and things. so you can move forward to the next level with a clean slate. So here we are in romance. So you divine, hi Sasha, you feminine energies, divine feminine energies, you're consciously moving forward after reflecting on the connection, how far it went, what happened within it, how it left you feeling, and you realise that, you know, you don't feel like you've got much anything left to give. You gave it your all and they didn't appreciate you. They discarded you for somebody else, as those songs would, you know, indicate. Well, we know this because it's been coming through the readings, right? And, you know, the wells run dry. So after a prolonged period of stagnancy, you guys have taken your leave. And, you know, you're giving all your love back to yourselves, Divine Soul Tribers, and focusing on your growth, your evolvement, and your ascension, right? And you're ready for what comes next, and you're open to what's new. That's why, you know, shake it off. Shake it off. It's not been easy for you to walk away from a connection with somebody that you feel that you're supposed to be with. Not saying that you're not supposed to be with that person, but here's the thing, Divine Soul Tribers. Maybe it's just not the right time. Maybe you were supposed to encounter this person at this point in time so they could shake you up, so you could shake things off. You know, reflect on the wounds that got brought up to the surface. You know, I can't promise you anything. This is going to be, and I said this to you guys before, this is going to be you guys when and if you choose to talk to this person and hear them out, because they're coming. I'm telling you, they're coming. Because I just done a reading on TikTok, which I will post before I go to the gym. I'll post it before I leave, right? It hurts so much, yeah, being apart from you, because separation keeps coming up. So I literally just started singing She Ain't You, right? He, she, doesn't matter. Take it as it resonates. Divine Soul Tribers, everybody's situation is different. I'm not discriminating here. It's just the song lyrics. I didn't write it. I told you who did. About 5 different people. Anyway. So, they know they've made a mistake. They know they shouldn't have gone to the left with that Jezebel energy. Agent of darkness. Come on over here. It'll be lovely. You can do whatever you like. They've had enough of it. There's no boundaries. There's no self-respect. There's no real love. It's just a pot of desperation, because nobody wants to be on their own, and this is why they need to do their healing work. I'm not even going to get into it, because that was their problem. That was their problem. Sex addicts running off to the left. Anything that showed them interest. You'll do. Anybody that was agreeable to them. But whilst they're intensely observing you, they think about this. They also think about what colour cushions they want on the sofa. Telling you. And they're struggling because they know they've got to come forward and tell you the truth about what's been going on in the background. They need to tell you these things. Because the fact of the matter is, nothing less than the truth is going to catch your attention. Anything else, any of their usual nonsense, right? Any of their usual nonsense, you're literally look at this message and you're just, oh, it's you again. You're bored of it. You've had enough. You're done with that nonsense. Because, you know, you were right, Divine Soul Tribers. I am good, thanks, Sasha. I hope you're good too. They know you were right. Because you probably told them, right? You probably told them, hope that works out over there, but it's not good. Good luck. You already told them, that ain't me. Don't get no better than this for you, mates. Because you're supposed to be with that person. Huh? So they went off, explored. Look! I can't let go of you. That come up the other day. I don't want to let you go. I can't handle your love. That's the truth. Because you gave them unconditional love. But you also set them healthy boundaries. You were like, yeah, no. That don't fly around here, sunshine, but I still love you. You just got to come correct. It is dark without you. Turn on the light. Oh, that's right, they can't because you're their sunshine. I'm sorry, Divine Soul Tribes, but I have been doing readings along these lines for a few years now. Because, yes, a lot of people have been dealing with these situations for years, plural, right? Not months, years, right? Look, they can't stop thinking about you. I keep telling you that. I can't talk to you right now. So maybe that's you. Maybe that's your energy, like, oh, I ain't got time for this. I ain't got time. I'm too busy growing. I'm too busy healing. I'm too busy evolving. That's them. They're actually petrified that time's run out. And they can't find the words to say, well, Mercury retrograde's almost over, lovey, so maybe you'll be able to find the words when it goes direct. I don't know. Because here's a little secret. Sometimes I'm watched by the other side, not just karmic energies. Although if those karmic energies are watching, grow, heal and evolve. Heal, grow and evolve. Go and reflect on your wounds. And now, if you are manipulating somebody emotionally or sexually to stay with you, or in any other way, you're karmic. I don't need to go into intricate details. Anyway. See? Now, normally I would say this is them, but this is you. Don't wait for me. Because you don't, even though you know that deep down inside, how could you ever forgive me for the mess I've made? Well, I don't know about you, Divine Soul Tribes, but most of the people that I've been speaking to, they're struggling. They're forgiving them from a distance, and they're like, stay over there where you can't do me no damage, where you can't hurt me, where you can't upset me, where you can't unbalance my peace. You've had enough. Oh, that's too many. Painful memories. Of what? That's you. You guys. Will you leave me like the others? That's their biggest fear, is being on their own. That's why they went over there to the left with that damn Jezebel spirit. Desperate, lonely, insecure, low self-worth, really low self-esteem. Agreeable to all their nonsense, because that person had worse abandonment issues than them. If I could go back in time, I would handle us differently. I'm sure you would. Hindsight's 2020. But would you have learnt your lessons? No. And this is what I've been saying to people, like I've been talking to. They're like, oh, why did it have to happen like this? Because a lot of you guys have been dealing with spell work, and I know, like, not everybody's going to be hearing about it or into that sort of thing, but it happens. Whether you're into it or not, other people are out there doing love spells, love potions, putting that ish in a... Hi, Sue! Putting that ish in people's drinks and food. Blood magic, all kinds of stuff. I'm not really going to get into it. It's a bit early in the day. But the thing is, right, yeah, look, straight away, I split the deck at trust. You don't trust this person because they never express themselves properly. And they always play Casper. Oh, look, healing family issues. Worth waiting for. Is it though? Maybe that's you. Don't wait for me, but I am worth waiting for. I shouldn't laugh, it's not funny, but, you know, when these songs are coming in like that and you've got this whole back and forth little thing going on, it is quite funny. You're outstanding. You're like, I'm trying to shake it off, like, off your body. They're like, Shenyu, please take me back. But even that line in that song there, Like, they want to leave that person, but they don't know if you feel the same. And I tell everybody this. See, that's the thing, unrequited love. They're worried that you don't have the same feelings for them anymore. Because a lot of things, I'll tell you something as well, a lot of things are coming to the surface for this person. Their childhood issues. I told you they've got they've got mother issues as well, father issues. Reconciliation, that is. And they're going to make the effort. But this is their biggest fear. Will you forgive them? Forgiveness is for you, not for them. You can't hold on to that energy, that low vibrational energy. It makes you bitter. Because this is another thing, and I'm not making excuses for them, I'm really not. We've all encountered narcissists. If you're an empath, which most of you are going to be just as like factory settings, right? You will encounter narcissists all your life, right? Forgiveness isn't for them, it's for you. You can't hold on to that bitterness. They don't know any better. They don't. And it's not an excuse, it's not. But they behave how they've been taught to behave. They behave in the way they feel is going to get them the best results, right? So like I said about, the mother issues and stuff. If they watch their mother being treated badly by men, but their mother's running around after these men and neglecting their children, that's what they're going to do when they grow up, if we're talking about a man anyway, and a woman dynamic. That's what they're going to do. They're going to treat women badly because that's what they watch their father do, or their mother's partner do, or partners, plural, whatever, take it as it resonates. It doesn't really matter. Because watching a woman, your mother, unconditionally giving love to somebody that treats her badly is going to program you to think that that's how you treat women and get them to love you. And also as well, let's not forget about projection. They're going to project all their fears, their insecurities, their low self-esteem, their low self-worth onto you. Because they want you to feel the same as them, if not worse. Because if you feel worse than them, there's less chance of you leaving. It's all about control. But they're going to come and make the effort. Just pay attention to them red flags. Because they are feeling very overwhelmed. Because the thing is, they've been emotionally guarded. Very guarded their whole life. Right? And now you've come along with your little toffee hammer and cracked open that heart chakra. Because this is the reason why they've been so overwhelmed by the way you love them, right? Because despite their bad behaviour, despite their nonsense, you still showed them unconditional love. You just set your boundaries and stuck to them, right? Because you weren't about to be treated like that, because you know your worth. You don't have low self-esteem. You've got a healthy sense of self-worth, and you've got boundaries. You're not insecure. You're confident without being arrogant. And you know fine well that if you walk away from that situation, there's 10 people that could replace that person just like that. Waiting for you to say, all right, then I'll give you a chance. But you chose this person that wanted to treat you that way. So now you're like, stay over there. If you keep jumping in your muddy puddles while your sea of abundance and your blessing from God walks off in the opposite direction on their right path and takes your paradise away. They're hoping and praying that it's not the end of this situation, right? But this is about new beginnings, liberation, reborn and transition, tragic endings. Maybe it did end tragically between the two of you. I don't suppose it really did so much, because I feel like there was a lot more ghosting and that kind of stupidity going on. Maybe you found out that they put you in a third party. Maybe they were non-committal and you got fed up with the whole, oh, don't want nothing serious. Translation, I'm exploring my other options but don't want you going anywhere. It's the same as let's be friends. Let's not. I've got to be friends. You were open to exploring the connection. You were open to taking it slow. You were open to working towards a fully committed relationship. They wanted to play in the devil's playground, the field, so to speak. They wanted their sexual freedom, as it came up the other day in that reading. Well, go and have that with other people. Because the thing is, that's where your boundaries were. You didn't want that kind of relationship. You didn't want to be open with that person because you're ascending. You're growing. Huh? You are. But they soon realised that that person that they chose to give their offer to, that they thought they could be in control of, because that's what it boils down to, turned out to be not what they thought. Turned out to be worse than them. Like toxicity or addiction, abusive relationship. You're healing from the way that relationship was, right? You've healed from the disappointment and the letdown of being, I'd say, rebuffed. Because I wouldn't even say it was rejected. Well, put on hold. And they ended up in a toxic, abusive relationship. They did. But now they want to come through to you and meet up with you and talk to you. Because they're reminiscing. They want to make new memories. And they're trying to learn from their past mistakes. They are. They've got nothing but passion for you. It's insane. Burning desire to be with intensely observing. They're healing their inner child and they're releasing the past. They are. Because they want to come on in and have this opportunity to be in love with you. Because that's how they feel. They're in love with you, but they don't know how to handle it because they've never, they may well have experienced it before in the past, but the love that they would have experienced in the past with somebody else would not be like the love that they've experienced with you because you're their God-ordained spouse. It's like somebody said the other day, sex is sex, right? You do the same things with different people. It's the connection that makes it good. The connection that you have with that person. Huh? And now they're realising that person ain't you. There is only you in my mind and heart. Even though we are so different, I feel so connected to you. And that's another thing. Your souls are connected, right? But you weren't running on that same low vibrational frequency as this person. You were sent to help them heal. You were sent to help them grow, right? And they didn't want to start raising their vibrational frequency. So you're always going to be connected to this person because you have a deep soul connection. It starts like the red string of fate, right? God-ordained spouse. But the thing is, right, because you weren't the same as them, equal opposite ends of each other, they're not for me, but they cannot, for a long time, couldn't fathom why they can't stop thinking about you, why they want you so much, huh? I would imagine for a long time it was probably a game to them. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Right now. I miss you. There is only you in my mind and heart. I just see that. I'm working hard on my finances for you, for us, for our future. That comes up quite a lot about them having financial issues, but that'll be part of their karma for treating you the way that they did, getting hit in the pockets, because I would imagine they had a big old ego and a lot of pride. They like to show off a lot. I love you. I love our deep conversations. They open up my mind. I'll take those. Here. I thought this was just lust, but I'm not used to love flowing through me like this. I told you that. They've never felt a love like this before. I daydream of our future together. I remember the first day we met like it was yesterday. Wow. So this is how real love feels. This person can't get enough of you. They can't. Actually, let's get a couple of cards out of here. I haven't used this deck for a long time. I have got to do that. Messages from your ancestors. I don't think I'm going to have enough time. I might do. Look, at the bottom of the deck, I want to be more than friends. Well, we know that anyway. We will be together again. See? For some of you, you're going to take that as a threat. Others, it's a promise. You came closer than anyone. Well, you did. You got there. You cracked open their heart. So what does this person want you to know? I'm so attracted to you. Well, we know that. I love you unconditionally. I replay our conversations over and over. I know I messed everything up. I know I was a distraction from your pain. That doesn't make any sense. You weren't the one that was in pain. Maybe that's you. That's how you felt. Finding out the truth crushed me. Yeah, that you were supposed to be together. They found that out. I told you. They went on a fact-finding mission about soulmates and all that sort of stuff. Commitments at the bottom of that deck. Openness. Be open to accepting divine guidance in your relationships. Past lives. You guys have had past lives together. Cherish your relationship. They do now. Now that they can feel you slipping away, they feel like time has run out. And they're being guided towards coming back to you and speaking up. Even if they just give you an apology, a sincere, heartfelt apology for mistreating you the way that they did, and an explanation as to why they behaved that way. But again, Divine Soul Tribers, they need to figure that out for themselves. They need to figure out why they behaved like that. And it takes time to go and do that kind of digging. They're not going to be able to do it just like that. They're not. Look deeply within to discover your soul purpose in your relationships. Get a little bit of tarot out and then I'm going to close this up. It's been nice, short and sweet. Cherish, just come up. Hi Tim. Cherish your relationship. They do cherish your relationship. 1111 is an important number for twin flames. It symbolises the harmony and balance of soul counterparts. Recognition. See, they're recognising the importance of this connection and the importance of you in their life. They are. And they're getting signs from the universe. They are, and they're learning a lot as they go along. But you see, they can only meet you as deeply as they meet themselves. And if they're not digging in and actually doing the work, which a lot of them are, they are doing the work. But here's the thing. Listen, you need to put them on probation. You can't go rushing in and be like say for argument's sake, you lived with this person or you was in a full-on relationship. Well, you was and they wasn't. You can't go back to the way it was, because first of all, that wasn't healthy, and second of all, you need to reintroduce yourselves to each other. You need to grow and evolve together. And you can't look, because the thing is, this person might come on in selling you a dream, selling you a fantasy of what it is that they think that you want. They're not ready yet because they're still healing. So all you can do is work on things slowly. You need a sense of clarity, a deeper sense of clarity on yourself, and they need to find it within themselves. Take time to think about your situation. What works for you? What works for them? What's going to work for you both moving forward? What can you deal with? What can you handle? What are your no-nos? Set your boundaries again. What do they What do you need to make you feel secure in the relationship? What do they need to feel secure in the relationship? Because that's why they would always keep their options open, because they were always scared that someone was going to leave them. And the idea, just the thought of being on their own would give them cold sweats, Divine Soul Tribers. Their biggest fear is being left alone. They need to deal with their abandonment issues. That's why they've always got somebody in the background, universe. The universe is guiding you to that special person. Allow everything to take its natural course. I told you this. They're, getting signs from the universe about coming towards you. But the thing is, they keep ignoring it. Here's the thing, Divine Soul Tribers. If they don't do as they're being guided to do by their ancestors, by the universe, by spirit, by God, their tower moment will be seeing you with somebody else. Or even if it's just a nightmare about you being with somebody else. It'll crush them. It'll make them sick. It'll make them feel sick. Even though it's alright for them to be with somebody else. Love is in the air when Cupid's around. Look, I feel you even though we're apart. That's that link that you guys have got. You've got a strong bond because it's a divine connection. It's a divine partnership. Shall I get a couple of twin flame cards? I'll get a couple. And then we'll get those. Clear energy blocks. Spiritual awakening. That's what they're experiencing right now. And they're worried that it's too late. It's like the bus. They're worried that they're going to miss the bus. The only difference is between you and a bus is that there ain't going to be, for them anyway, there's not going to be a replacement. Because no one compares to you. Says it nuts. But they know that anyway. They've been out there trying to find somebody that has the same energy signature as you, that makes them feel the way you make them feel. They can't. They try. And the thing is, the reason that they did it was because you set boundaries. You won't let them get away with anything. You hold them accountable for their actions. You make them reflect. You challenge them. Anyway. Clearing karma. Kundalini activation. They probably have had that. Sacred sexuality. It's always about flipping sex. Masculine twin. Releasing their lower self. Well, that's what we've been saying. They're letting go of people, places and things that have been holding them back. Twin flame facilitator, expansive growth, sacred sexuality, accessing the unified field. Here's the thing, right? Because sex is healing or co-creative, yeah? So, you guys merging on a physical level will have some form of healing powers with it, but don't do it straight away, Divine Soul Tribers. Make them earn it. Dashing out the tin straight away. What's up with you? Don't care if you've done it already. It doesn't matter. Make them earn it. Because look, that's the bottom of the deck, the Four of Cups. And that's them hoping and praying that they haven't missed out on their blessing from God. Because look, they were dealing with these little cups while this great big fish bowl, was being offered to them. They didn't want it because they had to handle it with care and consideration. That's why, Divine Soul Tribers. Not because you weren't good enough, but because you were too good for them. You didn't fit into their lower vibrational frequency category. Huh? You didn't. That's why. They couldn't handle that cup. They couldn't. They've walked in their shadow side long enough and they want to walk in the light now. They're trying to get into their north node and walk their divine path. They are. Look, investing. Look, there's a bee and a butterfly there. So they're trying to transform while investing in themselves. But investing in themselves is how they transform. Making healthy choices. Six of Swords, yeah, coming away from people, places and things that hold them back. Making the necessary sacrifices to move forward in their life. Look, the Five of Swords, the Five and the Six of Swords. Look, the Five of Swords is about treacherous, deceitful people, subtle saboteurs, I call them. They're the ones that you kind of feel are a bit off, but you're not quite sure. Yeah, the ones that are a little bit too nice. Just be mindful of them kind of people there. That's what they're doing, sailing away. Look, and they're carrying their light with them. They're holding their light up. So they're growing slowly but surely, right? They've made the necessary sacrifices by getting in that boat and coming away from this clown, the devil. Two of Wands and the Seven of Wands. Right, so they're coming towards you. So here's the thing. Keep your boundaries up. Don't be overly defensive, Divine Soul Tribers. Have some compassion because they are going through a lot, right? They want equal give and take this time. But don't just, because I would imagine they talk a lot and do nothing. You know them people, got a lot to say for themselves, but it amounts to nothing. So see how things unfold. Because your ancestors are out here, they got your back, Divine Soul Tribers. I'm not saying be overly harsh. I'm not saying completely drop your boundaries or your guard. I'm not. What I'm saying is, it's give and take. See where they're coming from. Let things play out. Let things balance out. Because they want this spiritual union with you. And they're willing to come and invest. But until they're in this energy, they can't promise you anything. All they can do is try to be better than they was before. But that doesn't give them a free pass on making silly mistakes that they know they shouldn't be making, does it, Divine Soul Tribers? Any kind of major slip-ups is going to leave them out in the cold, left on the outside of your circle of trust. Because here's the thing, you've got to close out the old cycles, and if that means having a conversation to, go over everything that you've been through in the past, ironing things out, you have to have those conversations, because if you're going to start afresh, you've got to start with a clean slate. You can't have anything hanging over your head. You can't have any misgivings about something. Hi, Emily. You can't be sat there feeling like harboring on to something. Bring it up, discuss it, get it out on the table. Close out all these old cycles that have been left unspoken about, been left open-ended, right? For you to be able to start a new chapter, for you to be able to go back to the beginning and start afresh, you've got to close everything up and be honest. They need to come and confess to you about things that have happened in the past, because otherwise, if they don't, it will come back to bite them in the backside. It always does. Be honest. Hope you're doing well, beautiful. Because the thing is, and I'll keep telling you about this, people in the background use it blackmail to keep them back. I'll tell them, if you go over there to the collective, to the Divine Soul Tribe collective, I'll tell them, I'll find out how to get hold of them, and I'll tell them what you've been doing. That's desperate. If I started seeing somebody, right, and their toxic ex, messaged me, I just thought you should know this, and I just thought you should know that. Why do you think I need to know these things? Unless they do things that involves children. Why do you think I need to know anything that you two used to get up to together? It's none of my business. Because all I'm hearing is somebody telling you things about someone that they want. Well, if they're that bad, what do you want them for? No. Yeah, get off my line. I don't like that kind of nonsense. I ain't got time for them kind of people there. So you need to be honest. They need to be honest. You're empaths, so you'll know if they're lying to you by the frequency of what comes out of their mouth. Some people you say to me, how do you know they're lying? I can hear it in the frequency of their voice. If you know you're lying, I'm going to hear it. It's not rocket science. Tap in. So people can't hoodwink you. Anyway. The 5 of Cups. That I literally just looked at that and put it back in. See? They regret ever paying attention to those other cups. And they're worried. I don't know if you can see this because like the light. That cup's broken. They keep looking at that and they're like, have I effed it up? Is it broken beyond all repair? Is it? Here they come, rushing on in to bring justice to this connection. Is it too late? Well, that's entirely up to you, Divine Soul Tribers. Put them on probation. They got a big cup of love they want to come and offer to you. They want to give to you from their cup of love. Not fake love, not, you know, what they think love is, toxic, because they've been working on that, because they know that doesn't work. All the things that they tried before, they ain't even going to bother with that, because they know that'll be the quickest way to get the door shut in their face, right? They know, look, they're in nothing but regret and remorse right now. Sorrow, shame, guilt, probably embarrassment. But you already know this. Because you're the high priestess out here. You are. Right? That's the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Pentacles. They don't want to be on the outside looking in anymore. They're releasing their burdens. They're letting go of anything that's overwhelmed them, that's tied them down, that's kept them stuck, stressed, and overwhelmed. They don't want to be this person on the outskirts watching you have your happy ever after, watching you having an overflowing cup of love and somebody else coming to add to that, somebody else that's not them. The idea of them having to stand back here and watch you be happy with someone else, that stresses them out. That gives them burdens. They're like, nah. That's my person. I'm their emperor. That's how they feel. And they're coming towards you with a lot of passion. They are. Just don't allow yourself to get carried away. That's the Page of Coins. They're stabilizing themselves right now. And they're trying to grow from the ground up. They know that they can't come on in and pretend to be this or pretend to be that. They literally can't even come at you with that night energy. They can't. Because that's inconsistent. That's undecided. That's, you know, they know they can't. That's literally just a transport method at this point. They want to know, are you willing to work with them? Are you willing to grow and build this legacy with them? They've been facing their shadow side. And are you going to trust your instincts? Are you going to trust your intuition? Are you? Because you're no longer at a crossroads. You're not. You took your path and you continue to walk it. Look how well you're doing. This is them. What was that song I got the other day? Oh, It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. That's them. That's them. That's you, like, I'm over it. Not saying that you don't still love them, because you do, because you're always going to have a love for them. Not saying that you're not open to listening. Some of you are not. Some of you are completely done out here. You're like, no, send me a high level soulmate. I'll have that break in case of emergencies. I've got my toffee hammer at the ready. But the majority of you are expecting this person to come back once they pull themselves together, because this is what they're like on a daily basis, probably when they're looking at your photos. Hoping to and praying to God that you've not called time completely on this connection. They want to come back to you more evolved and grown after they've released their training program. That's what they want. Because you're their wish fulfillment. They were yours at one point, but they disappointed you. They let you down. They discarded you in favour of another energy, a Jezebel spirit, a low vibrational counterpart, should I say, that caused them nothing but chaos and conflict. They put you in competition with other people you probably didn't even realise, because you don't do competition. Can't compete where you don't compare. This is the truth. Divine Soul Tribers, you cannot compete where you don't compare. You're an empress out here. They chose a Jezebel spirit over an empress. A muddy puddle, sea of abundance. Lesson from the devil, blessing from God. No comparison, really. Unconditional eternal love. Conditional toxic exchange of energy. That's what that was. I'll stay here if you do this. You'll stay here if I do that. Oh, I've already seen that. Oh, no. That's the Three of Cups. So they want to come and celebrate their love for you, with you. That's the Ace of Cups. And the Knight of Cups. They're coming towards you to ask you if you want to go out to talk, you want to go out for dinner, drinks, whatever it is. Take it as it resonates. Right, but they want to come and add to your overflowing cup of love. Because they want to apologise to you. Because they're out here trying to manifest you back into their life. Because they're breaking free of the confines that make them feel trapped. They're realising that feeling trapped is just that, a feeling. It's an illusion, right? Because they're sick and tired of being up at night, strategizing how they're going to come back to you, being anxious, being stressed, being overwhelmed, being tired because they can't sleep. And they're undernourished. That's the truth. How you doing? Right, that's the Knight of Pentacles. They're taking their time. Well, they have been taking their time. But this, I'm going to say that this is the energy that you need to take the connection in if you choose to explore it again. Right? If you choose to explore it again. No, that one's calling me. Don't know who that is and I'm not answering it. In fact, my phone's on Do Not Disturb, so how was anybody actually able to ring my phone? Anyway. Wisdom, Owl Spirit. I seen her the other day. Anyway, right, so use your untold wisdoms, family. They want to come and build a family with you. Whether you have children or not, it's irrelevant, right? They want to come and build something with you. Stillness. So pause in action is what I'm seeing that as. Take time to reflecting, Paul. Take time to reflect on things. When they come towards you and they come and tell you whatever it is they've got to tell you, listen, you know, then take your time to reflect. Because, you know, you don't be rushed into or pushed into giving them an answer. you want stability and you'll accept nothing less than stability, but you have to work on that. Yeah, things are about to change for you. Why? Because there's a lot of love coming in. Now, you don't have to accept this person back if you don't want to, but that's entirely up to you. Gratitude, leadership, magic. Maybe you'll have to take the lead to begin with to show them the way forward, but they're open to that. Instead of having this, what's the correct word? Instead of having this incessant need to be in control, they need to learn to be in control of themselves before they can try to control anybody else. So I feel like maybe you will have to take the lead to begin with, right? Just to show them how it's done until they can get themselves together, because they don't know how to be this way. 55 on the clock. They don't know how to be in a healthy connection because they've not done it before. They haven't. It's always been something distorted and toxic. Has. In one way, shape or form. And they're grateful for you ever having crossed paths with them, is what I'm picking up. Anyway, so I'm going to close this out because I gotta go, Divine Soul Tribers. So I am going to see what Namaste has to say. Actually, let me... Lover's Oracle. Let's get one of these out. I've had a lot of cards today, Divine Soul Tribers. I'm going to have to look into getting a bigger deck because this is ridiculous. Okay, let's see. Time. And healing. What have I been telling you? Only time will tell is at the bottom of the deck. You are trying too hard. Give it time. That's them. That is them. Because some of you might have had twin flames. Some of you might have had them in and out, intermittently, and you're like, yeah, and that's why you've had enough, and you can't be bothered with it anymore. Some of you have had complete separation, no contact, all that sort of stuff, right? And others of you, maybe it's quite recent, but yeah, in and out and complete separation. But this person, it's like, I feel like they're trying to rush it within themselves. They're like, oh, if I do this really good. Healing is an ongoing process and it takes time. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light, feeling your relationship being healed at this very moment. Only time will tell. So on that note, Divine Soul Tribers, I'm going to give you a quick Namaste card and then I'm going to skedaddle because I have things to do. Right, so blessed tranquility. Right, so let's see what Namaste has got to tell us today. The blessing of questioning. Did I say to you, Divine Soul Tribers, get the answers that you need to make an informed decision. Take time to reflect. Examine and identify any belief that stems from an irrational fear. Ask yourself, do I still need this? If the answer is no, then replace it with trusting, more loving belief. Blessings flow to you as soon as you do this. Set yourself free. Right, Divine Soul Tribers. On that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. So, until next time, stay divine.